Welcome to Las Vegas. This mirage, this promise of a better life won at cards or roulette, draws almost 37 million visitors each year. This is one of the fastest growing metro areas in the U.S. But the recession has hit hard, with thousands of homes sitting empty. But for some gamblers, this can be a one-way trip.
Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas. At least that's what it says there on the sign. Casinos, girls, all-you-can-eat buffets, and obviously, you know, the famous saying that says, what happens in Las Vegas stays in Vegas. But I'm about to meet someone who's going to show us a different city far from the lights and glitter, more obscure, more dark. So, there you are.
Hey.
How are you?
How's it going?
Good, good, good.
Matt O'Brien is a journalist and author fascinated by the city's darker side.
So what is this crazy place we're in here?
This is just open-air flood channel right here, but as you can see, it goes underground right here in two tunnels. We're at the south end of the famous Las Vegas Strip, and this tunnel goes right underneath it.
I see. So this is basically when there's massive rains here, because it doesn't look like it ever rains in this place. I mean, the sky is like always blue.
Yeah. We get about 4.5 inches of rain a year. It's one of the driest major metro cities in the U.S., which means these flood channels are dry for most of the year, which allows people to live and hang out in these tunnels.
Oh, so you mean that people, like there's a whole bunch of people who are living here?
Yeah, hundreds of people take refuge in these underground flood channels.
Nevada suffers from one of the highest rates of homelessness in the U.S. Recent estimates say that more than 13,000 people are living on the streets.
What brought you down here in the first place?
There was a murderer, a guy named Timmy T.J. Weber, who had used the underground flood channels to evade the police. And I read about that in the morning paper, and I was like, man, I wonder what this guy encountered down in these tunnels. So I went down with another writer, a guy named Josh Ellis, and we were kind of heavily armed and over-equipped.
But yeah, you were saying that you never imagined you would have found people here.
We were not expecting to find hundreds of men and women living in these underground flood channels. That was just not common knowledge at the time.
At the time, yeah. Cool. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, ready. Let's go.
The tunnel population is transient. They inhabit more than 300 kilometers of flood channels. According to Matt, 200 to 300 people live here most of the time, but you can find up to 1,000 of them on any given day.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I didn't think I'd meet the Vader here.
You meet all types of characters down in these tunnels.
Yeah, these are characters.
You scared the shit out of me the first time you came charging out of the darkness with that eye.
Man, this is a ball. I think that's Steve's ball.
No, that's your ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's got your name on it. Ball.
Steve came to Vegas in 1991.
You become homeless in Vegas because of the gambling?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of people do.
You heard a lot of stories in the 90s and early 2000s about people coming here for the American dream, getting a job, a house, and, you know, starting a family out here. And a lot of that did happen. What you don't hear about as often are the people who come out here for that dream and become addicted to gambling, the alcohol that's served for free when you gamble, drugs, sex, and then end up, you know, on the streets or even living beneath the very hotel casinos that lured them out here in the first place.
Steve guides us further into the tunnels. He's a self-described farm boy who served in the Army in the 70s and was a hairdresser for 30 years.
She goes, well, go down there and apply for it, at least.
But in the past few years, he's fallen on some hard times.
I went back and told her.
This is your place here?
Yeah, this is Motel 6. I've been sleeping over there. I've got a bed down there. I just haven't. I got to clean all this.
So you have what? Is it kitchen here also and bathroom? Or how does it work out?
That's the bathroom.
That's the bathroom right here.
That's Maytag washer and dryer.
That's where you do the wash, the bathroom. Yeah.
And I try to keep clean.
So what? I mean, these are flood channels here. So what happens when there's like? Were you ever caught off guard or something with a flood?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Oh yeah.
So how do you escape here if ever?
We just You grab all of our belongings or whatever
And run out?
and just head for high country, yeah. It's,
This is like your emergency exit here?
well, it could be, yeah. I think in the parking lot of the golf course.
So when you hear the water coming from here,
I use a grade.
you use a
When,
grade.
when the grade starts dripping and the water starts coming down,
You know this.
you know that you got about maybe 5 minutes if you're lucky.
According to Steve, once you hear the roar of the water coming down here, it's too late.
The floodwater is powerful, and I've seen 2-ton boulders that have been washed in. I've seen a car. I found a car in a tunnel before.
Despite the risks, Steve and his friends enjoy the cool climate underground and prefer to stay away from the regular homeless shelters, which they think are generally overcrowded and provide little freedom.
Yeah, he gets a cable.
Oh, cool. Cable TV. Ricky, is it cool if we come down?
Ricky is originally from California and is one of the long-timers down in the tunnels. After 11 years in prison, he's lived here on and off for 15.
Protect yourself down here, no? Because no one's going to come to help you if anything happens.
I have a samurai sword this time.
Can you show me? Can you show me your samurai sword? That's pretty cool. Oh, right here. And so what do you do here in Vegas?
I do odd jobs because I really can't get a good job because I have a prison background.
I see. I see.
Matt and I leave the tunnel people to their fate beneath the dazzling sun and decadent Las Vegas Strip.